You are seeing Meta shares reacting, but this was one of the better performers over the last 12 months in the Magnificent Seven. Can they afford it? Are they basically telling investors to be patient? We have bigger ambitions.
Well, what's transpired in the last 1 week, with the Project Stargate, and even before that with Microsoft saying they are going to spend $80 billion in AI capex this year, is forcing the likes of Meta to raise their capex. I mean, I expect Google to do the same when they come out with their earnings. They'll probably raise the capex because when you look at the aggregate number from the 4 hyperscalers last year, they raised their capex by about 45 to 50%. So this year, consensus was like it's going to decelerate to 20 to 25%. Well, guess what? It's going back to 50%, which is what Meta has guided to now, and what Microsoft is doing. So I expect the other hyperscalers to follow.
Well, talk to us about the history of Meta spend here. We were talking a little bit about the year of efficiency and how that was really welcomed by investors. That's been over for a while, and now you see these big, aggressive CapEx numbers come out again. When it comes to the investor perspective, how important is it going to be where they spend the $65 billion?
Well, we know everyone wants to build the biggest compute cluster. I mean, Elon Musk built a 100,000 GPU cluster. Now everyone is talking about a 1 million GPU cluster. And look, the bigger cluster you have, it helps you with the scaling laws. At least that's the prevailing narrative. And everyone feels they want that NVIDIA allocation. Nobody wants to miss out on NVIDIA allocating a certain number of GPUs. So for that, you have to raise your capex.
I feel like it's hard not to make the mistake of reading too much into things right now. The fact that he made this announcement on Facebook and not in an investor filing really strikes me, because many years ago that wouldn't have even really been allowed. It feels very Elon Musk to do that sort of thing. Is this a way to also show people that he's going to be communicating this way more often from now on?
I mean, look, investors care about, what the company plans to do in terms of monetization and their investments. And with Meta, the question remains, how are they going to monetize their Llama model? And if he wants to interact with, everyone through Facebook or X or Instagram, it doesn't really matter. But it comes down to Meta being that social media provider, not having a cloud business. How do they actually monetize all this investment? And it's going to be through their family of apps. But the big difference is Google and Microsoft have a cloud business where they can monetize all these investments. Meta does not, and he has to explain that.